don't need that account no more, man. I got my own nice deal. Man.
I like it. That's how it's supposed to be.
Hey, you know how it was back then whenever Dad said, here, you only got 2,000.
Yeah.
Nah, that's how I be doing people now.
I don't need that account no more, man. I got my own nice deal, man. That's how it's supposed to be.
Fifth round. Shedeur has a deal with Gatorade and Nike. Now, these are like deals that premier athletes get, you know, like your Caitlin Clarks, your LeBrons, people like that, you know, and it's rare that you see, you know, Shedeur being a fifth-round quarterback with these type of deals. Now, I must say, Shedeur signed all of these deals, from my understanding, before he was drafted, because no one thought in a million years Shedeur was going to go to the fifth round. Maybe second if they was really hating, but they went unprecedented type hating and made him slide.
They said it would be big. Nobody warned anyone the system was about to snap in half. When Shedeur Sanders' first official Nike merch finally dropped, industry insiders expected a solid rookie launch. Something strong, maybe comparable to other hyped NFL newcomers? What happened next blindsided everyone.
Because it's more the flames on the side, and I like that. It's more like chill, but still like stylish like that. So I like those the most, you know, because I feel like they're the most.
Within minutes, servers crashed hard, warehouses ran dry, and Nike's distribution chain started buckling under pressure. West Coast stores weren't even open yet, and sellout alerts were already lighting up internal dashboards like a warning signal.
My face, I can't be showing no stress in my face.
By the 72-hour mark, Shedeur Sanders had shattered rookie sales records that usually take other stars entire seasons to touch. This wasn't a normal merch drop. This was straight-up disruption. Even Nike's top executives weren't ready for the speed or the scale. One internal reaction reportedly said it all. This demand is on another level we've never dealt with before.
Yeah, I'm just excited for all of them. I gifted a lot of receivers the Prime DT96s. You know, a couple of them had them on. So I just gifted a couple of like the main receivers going into this game. You know, I gifted them some cleats. Some warm, some didn't, but I was like, okay, this is just my little appreciation gift to them. Because they don't be having a lot in stock, so I couldn't do it.
Things escalated so fast that Phil Knight himself allegedly demanded answers for shortages that stalled distribution across the country. When the founder of Nike is calling in asking what just happened, that's not routine business. That's a full-blown industry shakeup. But the real story goes way deeper than jerseys and t-shirts. Shedeur Sanders didn't just sell products, he sparked a cultural surge. Gen Z fans, who usually don't care about N.F.L. merch at all, showed up in massive waves and flipped Nike's customer data upside down overnight. Before we break down how much money actually moved and why executives are scrambling behind the scenes, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, because we track the business of football differently than everyone else. And let me ask you this. Is Shedeur Sanders the new face of Nike? Drop a yes or no in the comments and let's see where the fans stand. Shedeur Sanders isn't playing by old industry rules. He's turning his name, his confidence, and his authenticity into a global brand that hits far beyond football. And while he's doing it, every athletic company watching is being forced to rethink how the game is played. So what actually triggered this explosion? And more importantly, can anyone else copy it? The chaos started the second the SS Crown logo went live. Insiders say Nike's projections were bold but realistic. A strong first-week push was expected. What nobody saw coming was the first hour alone smashing full-day targets into pieces. Sales exploded so fast, it looked unreal.
Darius, look at these, Darius.
Oh no, I seen it.
How long do you think these gonna last in my office?
Oh, yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna put a chip in there so I can know who's stealing.
I thought Shedeur wore those already. Well, I don't want to say. I don't want to say nothing. I don't want to say nothing.
No, I gave him a pair, and he know he didn't wear it. He couldn't fit. They size 11 and a half, and he still put Vaseline on his feet and squeezed them in.
Nike's servers kept crashing over and over, trapping thousands of buyers in non-stop refresh loops. Distribution centers were wiped clean before West Coast stores even lifted their gates. Inventory teams were panicking, rerouting shipments warehouse to warehouse, trying to chase a demand that felt less like a rookie merch drop and more like a once-in-a-generation sneaker moment.
Do you like the DT96s or the DT93s better?
I like the 96s because it's more the flames on the side, and I like that. It's more like chill, but still like
stylish like that. So I like those the most, you know, because I feel like they're the most, personally, I think they're the most recognizable at this day and age to youth, to everybody like that.
And real quick, let me ask you this. Do you like the DT96s or the DT90? Drop it in the comments. Inside Nike headquarters, the mood flipped to full emergency mode. Meetings were called on the fly as live sales data kept spiking higher by the minute. Multiple sources describe executives frozen in place, watching numbers jump in real time. Reports say Phil Knight was back on the phone, demanding answers on how Nike's infrastructure could get hit this hard, this fast. Within just 72 hours, Shedeur Sanders' gear didn't just beat other rookies. It blew past established stars who usually carry Nike's quarterly revenue. That forced priorities to shift overnight. What started as a high-potential endorsement suddenly looked like a market-moving force nobody had planned for. One Nike insider reportedly joked, "We thought we signed a quarterback. Turns out we signed a cultural event." And as wild as the numbers were, they only told half the story. Because what made this launch historic wasn't just the money, it was who was buying. Customer profiles revealed something Nike and its competitors hadn't fully clocked yet. Inventory disappeared, records collapsed, and suddenly the entire sports world was locked onto a jersey release. But peel it back, and one thing becomes clear. None of this was random. This moment was built brick by brick. Long before Shedeur Sanders ever took a snap in the N.F.L., he moved different. While most athletes leaned on highlights and basic endorsements, he operated like a one-man marketing machine. Dating back to college, he built a digital ecosystem around himself. Daily behind-the-scenes content, sharp storytelling, a clear brand identity. Every move intentional, every post calculated. That's where the payoff hit. He didn't just pull football fans, he expanded the audience entirely. Gen Z buyers, who usually scroll right past official N.F.L. merch, suddenly locked in. They didn't see Shedeur Sanders as just a quarterback. They saw a lifestyle brand worth backing. And it didn't stop there. International markets lit up fast. Europe and Asia showed demand levels Nike almost never sees during a rookie's first week. Even more eye-opening was the gender breakdown. Insiders say women made up nearly 40% of early buyers, smashing Nike's traditionally male-heavy apparel trends. That right there, that's the cultural connection Nike's been chasing for years. Unlike old-school campaigns built on polished celebrity shine, Shedeur Sanders' authenticity cracked doors wide open into demographics other brands couldn't touch.
Shedeur Sanders for MVP already. Now, let me not take it too far, but it's another example of how quick and fast Nike is with their marketing. Perfect. Shedeur is the perfect.
This wasn't casual fandom or impulse buying. This was full lifestyle buy-in. People didn't just wear the merch, they aligned with the image. And make no mistake, Shedeur Sanders didn't stumble into this moment. He built it piece by piece. Now that his influence has gone fully mainstream, Nike's competitors aren't just salty about lost sales. They're nervous about what's coming next. Because while Nike caught the wave, everyone else was left staring at the same uncomfortable question. How did we miss this? The second Shedeur Sanders' sales numbers leaked outside Nike's walls, panic hit fast. Adidas, already struggling to regain relevance in North America, reportedly called an emergency strategy meeting within 24 hours. Insiders say the conversation boiled down to one brutal truth. Nike saw Sanders first, and everyone else whiffed. Executives rushed to sketch backup plans. They scrambled to identify young athletes who could be rushed into endorsement pipelines before Nike locked them down too. It wasn't about growth anymore. It was damage control. Under Armour sounded alarms too. Known for swinging big on rookie talent, they reportedly sped up scouting timelines and fast-tracked negotiations with college stars. Industry insiders say quiet conversations started popping up across the NCAA pipeline almost overnight. That alone shows how desperate the race became. Once Shedeur Sanders reset the standard, business as usual was dead. This was survival mode. And that's where things got complicated. His original Nike deal wasn't built for an explosion this massive. That's why urgent renegotiations reportedly started before the first week even ended. Sanders' team, caught off guard but fully ready, is now pushing for a rookie compensation package that could rewrite the rule book. Think megastar money without waiting years to earn it. When Shedeur Sanders first signed with Nike, the deal was already considered aggressive. Sources say it included performance incentives, merch royalties, and even early conversations around long-term equity opportunities. It showed belief in his upside. But even the boldest projections inside headquarters didn't come close to predicting what followed. Bonus triggers meant for extreme scenarios were blown past almost instantly. Stretch goals that once sounded unrealistic got crushed in real time.
21 limited edition. Society. Slippers, you see we got the gold.
I like that.
Limited, only 21 edition.
Show them the tongue. You gotta show them the tongue.
The tongue. Oh, what goes on the tongue?
Show them the tongue. Show them the
Suddenly, what was supposed to be a forward-looking, incentive-heavy deal looked outdated in a matter of days. And here's the real twist. Nike isn't pushing back. Insiders say executives now fully understand that Shedeur Sanders' value stretches way beyond sneakers or jerseys. This is where the story really sharpens. For decades, rookies were expected to earn big money only after proving themselves on the field. Brand power came later. Endorsements followed success. Shedeur Sanders flipped that entire playbook upside down. His market pull is already massive. His influence is undeniable. Nike isn't just paying for future touchdowns, they're paying for cultural leverage right now. While Nike rushes to secure his long-term future, Sanders is showing his brand isn't smoke and mirrors. It's backed by something way harder to fake, real on-field authenticity. Merch sales grab headlines, but in football, hype dies fast without performance. That's exactly where Shedeur Sanders separates himself. He isn't just a marketing wave, he's backing it up between the lines. That's what makes this frenzy sustainable. The impact is baked into the symbol tied to his name, the SS crown. In just weeks, it went from a design mock-up on a Nike screen to a cultural stamp seen on streets, in music videos, and across social feeds worldwide. When Nike rolled Shedeur Sanders merch into physical stores, veteran managers say the response shocked them. Flagship locations from New York to Los Angeles turned into full-blown Sanders showcases overnight. Reports say Nike's Manhattan flagship logged the highest single-day revenue in the store's entire history. During launch week, customers weren't grabbing just one jersey. They were walking out with full collections: hoodies, shoes, accessories, bags stacked high. One store manager summed it up perfectly, saying it felt like a supreme drop colliding with a championship parade, and it didn't stop at retail. On the secondary market, Sanders merch started moving like stock shares. Resale platforms reportedly saw premiums explode into triple-digit territory. So the question hangs heavy. Is Shedeur Sanders rewriting the rules for long-term athlete branding, or is he testing just how fast hype can turn into pressure? The answer won't just shape his career. It could define the next era of sports marketing. Because this Nike debut wasn't just a sales win, it was a cultural shockwave. We'll keep tracking the money and the movement. Make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.